Hope you're doing well today, and I hope that you are working on getting out of bed. Get up, get up, get up. It's a great day. Carlos here, Amish Matchmakers. We help Amish singles to find godly spouses, create epic marriages, and develop legacy that is rooted in faith, freedom, and above all else, love. Welcome back this morning. I hope that this morning has found you well. Cheers if you got it. Mm. Give me a shout out if you have a little cup of coffee or something. And where you are. Are you in Florida? Are you in Indiana? Are you in Ohio? You right here in Georgia? It's good to hear from you. I'm glad you joined me this morning. This is the Amish Matchmaker. Love Talk with the Amish Matchmakers. Men's edition. Men, are you here? Are you with me? Woo, woo, let's go. Well, we've been talking about the yoke this week and roles and responsibilities of the husband, roles and responsibilities of the wife, and what that looks like. My friend, Ken Mullet. Morning, Ken. Oh, mm. Oh, so good. Good coffee. You know what good coffee looks like to me? It's a coffee that has reishi mushroom in it. Is it reishi? Is it reishi? Ganoderma mushroom? I don't know. My mind is. But also cream. Every morning I do coffee that's black with salt. And of course, creatine. It's good for you. Keep your muscles strong as we get up in age. It's good to have that. And cream. Usually I don't put cream in it, though. That's the difference. So today I didn't put salt. I put cream. Why, you ask? Good question. Usually I only have cream on the weekends. Kind of changed up. Today is Thursday, and today I go to a men's Bible study at around 6:15. Starts at 6:30. Right here in my little town of Social Circle with Pastor Nathan from the Grove. Really enjoy that fellowship, if you would, that church. And it is a good group of men. We meet on Thursdays at 6:30 at Mammy's. Mammy's is a little breakfast place. Man, that place is hopping on every weekday morning. I don't know how the weekends are, but man, when I'm there on Thursdays, it's a busy little place. They got a drive-through. They got a good group of gals that work there that are just happy and vibrant. They greet you when you come in. But anyways, so that's why I drink cream, because usually I go there and have a cup of coffee as well. Since we're there doing the men's Bible study, they got like a little conference room in the back. And so we meet, and usually I'll get some coffee just to kind of honor the establishment since we're meeting there. And yeah, since it's not Ganoderma mushroom, then it's just regular coffee. I always put cream there, so I figure, you know what? I'm gonna put cream in my good coffee this morning mm, to start my day. Man, that's good. I tolerate black coffee, but it ain't my favorite. Now, what's in your cup? You're like, I got Folgers in my cup. And you may not even know that song. That's an old song. That is dating me big time, aging me. All the commercials of old. All right, so it's 2026, y'all. Look what date. Oh, the 29th. Today is Thursday, 29th. Tonight will be Chantel and I are guest speakers in a group called Single to Married on school.com. They've asked us to come and tell our secrets. The Amish Matchmakers tell all. what are we telling? We're telling you our formula and secret that we have developed um, and put into place. And it's the very same formula and strategy that I utilized in working with Jesse Kaufman. We're working with him, mentoring, supporting, encouraging. Let's go. And he was actually went from engaged to married in 88 days, but he went from dating, I should say, or committed to engaged and then married in 88 days. Yeah, his engagement and marriage was really short. I think it was 24 hours as well from the time he got engaged to getting married. And he was at one of our events, actually, our Epic Intensive now is what we refer to it. They are no longer called retreats because retreats are like, oh, it's vacation. These are intense, epic intensive. And you want epic life? You got to do intense things sometimes. Push the envelope. Be different. Step out of the box. Stop being ruled and by the box and do something different. And so at that epic intensive, that was pretty different. At that event, Jesse came and I remember picking him up from the airport and going to search for a ring. It was always the intention at this event for him. I encouraged him to go ahead and pull the trigger, that the next step in he and Irina's relationship was engagement. And I have done that with many men, encourage them that the next step is engagement. And it's interesting because, in the sense of encouragement and support to help men to move forward in their life and in their relationships, engagement seems like the target. Once they get engaged, then they handle the wedding stuff and that, and some will have us officiate and some won't. Some have their pastor or someone they know or relative or somebody they really always wanted to do their wedding, officiate their wedding. It's always awesome to see how those things play out. But 48 hours. Okay, Jesse, thank you for that reminder. 48 hours from his engagement to marriage. I remember too, we sat down, he sat us down, he and Eddie, and like, we were wondering if he would marry us. We're like, oh, okay, let's go. Why not? And we did it. They called the parents and just let them know what they were planning on doing, got a blessing from their parents, and we married them. We had a makeshift wedding quickly, and we even got video of it and ceremony, and it was awesome. It was really amazing, actually. Um, and Chantel, my wife and I, we officiate weddings, and we officiated that wedding together. We started that, I think it was in 2019. We started officiating weddings together. Yeah, I think it was 2019. We did a wedding on the beach in California, and we officiated it together as one flesh. So, all right, roles and responsibility. We've been talking about that, and thanks for joining me again. If you're here for the first time, we do ask you and encourage you to please like and subscribe to our channel. It is growing because of you. You're sharing our channel. You are posting it. You're telling others to like and subscribe. And I'm asking each time, I'm trying to remember to ask, because again, it matters. When you comment on here, first of all, others will see it. And then when you like and subscribe, it actually raises the algorithm. So then others will see it. More people will see it because they think, oh, this channel's getting more popular. We should show it to more people then. It must have some decent content or decent information going out. And so it has. January's been amazing. January 2026 has been our largest growth on our YouTube channel in the history of our YouTube channel. It's grown very slowly. We never used to ask, but I want to ask for you to like, subscribe, and then hit the notification bell because when we go live, sometimes it's random. I'm trying to get a little more systematic. The mornings are always systematic as far as strategic, and you guys can know that I'm going to plug in here every weekday morning at 5 a.m. trying to create the habits and the routines on this for sure. Um, but as far as like other times, like we have our Amish Matchmaker Challenge where we are doubling the revenue of this company in 12 weeks. That's the target. That's the goal that we just purchased. Nesbitt Repair. Frank Nesbitt, great man, legend in Madison and um, Morgan County, Madison area, but Morgan County, where he has been a service provider for them, repairing, electrical stuff and plumbing stuff for the last over 25, I think 30 plus years. And his dad's been doing it 20 years before that. So we're talking a 50-year legacy there in Morgan County, Madison, Georgia. Beautiful little town. And yeah, very powerful to see this man and his. I tell him, man, we're gonna put a cape on him and dun dun dun, Nesbitt man, dun dun dun, because he has solutions. Always, always, always. He knows what to look for, where to look for it. The years and years and years of experience, lots of stories, lots of. We're creating a scrapbook around this guy. He's a 63 or 64, I believe. And so just a man of influence and impact, a man with a big heart, always loving and giving back. Which reminds me, last Friday we did our first Giving Back Friday, where our company, Nesbitt Repair, we give 10% of our time. So every other Friday we give a full 8 hours, and it was awesome. It was awesome to just start it. Obviously we got a lot of hiccups and stuff. We got to make some changes and make it better and enhancement. But the theory is that, yeah. And so we had two ladies that in particular that were two widows that we helped um, half a day in actually in Madison for a client. And then the other half of the day we were in not Monroe, excuse me, Social Circle. And just a blessing to do that. I love it. That's my heart, is to give back. And we paid our employees, our team members, to do it. It's the first time we've ever done that. Used to, we made them volunteer as well. We've evolved past that because it's the mission and the heart of our company, Nesbitt. The mission is to love your neighbor. So that's what the day is called, Love Your Neighbor Day. And tomorrow will be our Love Our Client Day, by or partner with your client day, I guess, and getting them to come out and have lunch with us. We're gonna have a whole bunch of hot dogs. We're gonna cook up and grill out some hot dogs and some cheeps and just have a good time. Just love being with the people, getting to know them, hanging out, having some food. So it's good to give. It's good to love and good to bless and good to connect. That's what we do. We are connectors, master connectors. My wife and I, Chantel, master communicators. We've worked hard to get here. So that's what we do, is we give back as well in the mornings like this, sharing some wisdom. So if you ever have questions, you ask those questions. We love to do things live and process through things you may be facing, challenges you may have. Oh, by the way, I guess I could post good morning. These are pretty awesome. Jesse was talking about in 48 hours. And went from engaged to married. Shortest engagement ever. And then here's someone saying, good morning. Well, good morning to you as well. Thank you for that. Christy Miller, I think, if that's the right name. People sometimes have YouTube names. You don't really know who's watching, if that is them. But good morning. Thank you for being here. And thank you again for liking and subscribing our channel. It helps. All right. So the topic we've been going over, again, if you ever have questions, pop them up in the chat on either Facebook or YouTube. Would love to see that. And then I just start getting in the topic, and then once in a while I'll pause, get some coffee, and then look at the comments and answer questions. Some of the comments are kind of useless, to be real. People jumping on here from all over the world, especially at 5 in the morning. It's a special group of men that get up and join me at 5 a.m. So I just want to thank you, man, for joining me. If you're watching the replay, because you're maybe in Libby, Montana, and you're 2 hours behind, or Texas, an hour behind, I get it. 5 a.m. is 5 a.m. for the East Coast. For the West Coast, it's 2 a.m. You're not even in bed yet. Some people. So, but those beyond the East Coast joining me at 5 a.m. Thank you, or watching the replay. Thank you. Seriously, I never expected to to have people actually plug in and keep plugging in. Be honest, it's a weird thing that you always wonder what if something I say is going to matter, if something I say is actually going to be valuable. I'm grateful that it is, and I'm grateful that our community and our influence is growing. And, it is interesting how our influence and our community grows based on our results and our fruit with relationships, our results and our fruit with even our economical influence and impact, and how we're growing our portfolio with our abundance and our wealth. And yeah, our real estate stamp and our business stamp and our acquisitions and just the value and the value of our portfolio, if you would, and the results we've had. And I guess that's rightly so. Fruit is you shall know them by their fruit, and we do our best, Chantel and I, to have a holistic fruit, to really holistically work on ourselves and get better at everything we're doing. The comments. Hey, you're the one plugging in here. All right. So, point being, and I'll leave that comment, I don't care, but it's funny some of the comments people make. But thanks for stopping by. All right. And here, as far as the content going over roles and responsibilities of men, roles and responsibility of women in relationships, in dating, in marriage, and in life. I will tell you one that I truly do. I went back and forth as shared responsibility in the marriage and dating, and even when you're, you know, engaged, is date night. I went back and forth for many years, and then I realized something that actually I grabbed a hold of, and I said, you know what? No, it is not a shared responsibility. And here's why. It is absolutely, I believe, 100% been my experience and been what's made for a healthy marriage for me and healthy marriage for others, healthy dating life and healthy pursuit, because it is in the man to pursue the woman. It is. I truly believe that that's the way God designed it. And I truly believe then it goes into your relationship. Once you have a committed relationship and you're dating, that you plan the date. Now, wife, a woman, or a girlfriend, the woman can plan a date, but the consistent, faithful pursuit of her is on you. It's on you, man. I'm talking to the men. This is the men's edition. It's on you. She wants to be pursued. She wants to know that you value her. She wants to know that you actually value her more than your guys' night, your man cave, your church, even your the building that you attend, your Bible studies you go to. Again, notice I didn't say that you value her more than Father, Papa God, Father. I'm not saying that, because I truly believe that our wives and those, if you're believers, that you do want your husband, you do want your boyfriend, if you're a believer, again, to have that as a priority, have their relationship with the Father, with Abba, the priority. I do believe that. And so I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a building. I'm talking about the fact that you never miss your guys' night out. You never miss your standing appointment with your buddy, your best friend, or you never miss that appointment for work or for that building to go to a church or religious organization, or maybe you're part of some club or some hangout night. You never miss those nights, but yet you don't plan and prioritize and put on the calendar a date night, a designated date night. Men, come on, step up. Seriously, do it. It makes a difference, even while you're dating. Even while you're dating. Let's say you start to get to know a gal, and you start saying, "Hey, I want to take it to the next level of commitment, and I'd like to take you out on a date. I'd like to designate our quality time together and commit, and put it on my calendar and show that you are a priority to me." Um, And by the way, I am very specific, intentional on the day that we do date night, or on Saturday night. And here's why. I believe, I will shout this from the rooftops, to give the best to your loved one, to the one you're pursuing, you're loving. Give the best after rest. I believe that. You can quote me on that. Give your best after rest. I believe that's what happens after you've rested, you've rejuvenated, you've released things, and you've slept in, you've regained your energy, right? Because you sleep. Again, this is our theory, and what I do is day of rest, Friday night at sundown till Saturday at sundown. So now I unplug. For me, rest is unplug from my phone, of course, social media. We've been on a social media fast with our church. Um, Pastor Nathan challenged us with it. Well, part of our social media is our work, but literally, I've not been posting the same in the evenings. I was in a routine of posting in the evenings. I've no longer been doing that. And, anyways, point being is that I put my phone up, plug it in, and I don't pick it back up till sometimes I don't even pick it up for our date night. People know that if there's an emergency, they can reach out to Chantel's phone when we're out and about. Family knows that. Friends know that. Those that love us know that call her phone, because typically mine literally has been such a representation of work and business for many, many years. So again, Friday night, plug it in, leave it, release it, let it go, and truly just recalibrate, break, rejuvenate, cease from what I normally do. Um, I normally don't just sit on the porch and look at my cows, or look at my horses, or look at the sheep, or look at the chickens and watch them, the chicken show, and the peacocks and the roosters and the goose and the dogs, hang out with the dogs on the front porch. I don't normally do that. That's not something I do every day. I love it, don't get me wrong, but I'm very passionate. I love my work as well and what I do for work. But to cease from what I normally do and just recalibrate is super powerful. Now, why am I saying this? Because I would imagine too, as well, that you as a man probably don't practice that either. That you think you're supposed to work through the weekend. And I will tell you, I will challenge you that I can outwork you for sure. I do not. I hustle. I do not shrink back. I am a shining conqueror, and I will work. I will get in the trenches with you, and I will work. Now, again, I've learned to be more efficient with the type of work I do. And for me nowadays, it's relaxing to do the physical work, shoveling, building something, cut. But again, that's not where my time is best served. My time is best served is actually developing and growing and being an owner, or being a consultant type, advisory level, because it actually does accomplish more for me to be an advisor versus working with my hands. But I love working with my hands. I really do. And getting to build stuff. And so, anyways, so then Friday night comes along, ceasing from what I normally do. Are you making that a habit, man? Because we have to lead even in that spiritual beliefs, what you believe, what's your role and responsibility. I do believe that, again, a woman's work, what can we do to help them cease? Like if you have children, and normally all week long she is taking care of the children, the routine is she takes care of them. Now on Saturday morning, what if that role reversed, and then all of a sudden now you as a husband, as a father, you're taking care of the children, and you're giving her some chill time, some downtime. You're like, but that's not rest. It is. You're ceasing from what you normally do. Normally you get up, you do your routines, and you do your thing for work, and you go to work, and what allows you to do that? She does, because you have those children, and she makes sure they're taken care of during the week. So can you swap? Or maybe it is opposite. Maybe she goes to work and you're taking care of the children. I get it. I'm not saying you can't do that. Or maybe you have a nanny. I don't know what your situation is. However, what I'm saying to you is that, do you have the habit, even as a single person, single man, men, where you take time to rest? Do you know what that means? And I would challenge you too to unplug from all social media when you're resting, unplug from um, video games, you know. I'm not saying you can't, but I know if you don't normally play video games or if you don't normally watch shows or movies, I get it. I'm that guy. I don't necessarily play video games, but I don't mind. I enjoy it once in a while. I'll play. I like sports video games most of the time. But anyways, point being is like, or strategic games. Jeez, I used to play War. Was it War of Warcraft or something like that? That was cool, where you built out little colonies and then you go fight battles and take over the universe. War, I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, Warcraft, I think it's called, or something like that. It was online. I used to play that years ago. Um, so, anyways, back to my thoughts. It's like resting on Friday night, starting Friday night, you lead by example. So then when you get into relationship and you're going steady, again, you can choose to rest together even and hang out on Friday night. And you can go on a date if you wanted to, I guess. But the point is that what are you doing to rest and then being that example of rest? What are you unplugging from? What are you ceasing from? That is what you normally do. And then can you celebrate? We love celebrating, Chantel and I, and having friends and family over on Friday nights to bring in the Shabbat, to bring in a day of rest. And so can you do that? Do you do that? What does that look like for you? So I would encourage you to do these things now and then sleep in on Saturday. Do something different. I know that for me, I'm up at 4, I think it's 4:10 my alarm goes off, 4:10 a.m. And then sometimes I do. I lay back down for 10 minutes and set the alarm for 10 more minutes and just depending on what the night was like, if I went to bed really late, I'm like, okay, 10 more minutes. All right, jump right into the shower and by 4:30 I'm downstairs and getting ready for this call at 5 a.m. Plugging into some things, some training, some things I'm going through or things I'm learning. So every day I'm doing that. That's the routine. Go to work, and now we're developing Nesbit Repair. We have calls, mentorships, Q&A for our community, Epic Your Life. You know what I mean? Like we have this little flow, this routine, and we've designed. And so then Friday night is like, okay, cease from what I normally do. Saturday, sleep in. I literally go back to sleep several times and enjoy it, where I get 9, sometimes 10 hours sleep. And then I'm rested, rejuvenated. I get up and take my time having coffee. Like I said, I just lounge around and truly rejuvenate. So that's what I'm talking about. Then we believe the best time is after you rest. And who are you going to give your best to? Your spouse, I hope. The one who is on this planet Earth is hopefully your priority. That's what we do. That's what works for us. That's what's been a huge blessing for us, huge benefit. I would encourage you to do the same. It's valuable when you do that. Rest, day of rest, and date night. It's your responsibility, man. I do believe that. It's your responsibility to be wise when you're going to do it. It's your responsibility too to lead in rest. Because with a woman, so if you think about that as a mother, if she has 4, 6, 7 kids, she's going with those kids. And yeah, shared responsibility throughout the week. We talked about that. And even helping with the children, changing diapers, being willing to be the one that stays up late with them. If they're sick, like it's powerful to take turns as we're yoked together, men and women. Okay, but when it comes to Friday night or taking that day of rest, do you really take a day of rest? And then do you possibly really take the roles and responsibilities, changing diapers, you know, what is it, feeding? If it's one that's even really young, where he or she's nursing, or maybe there's you have formula you make for them. Are you the one then on day of rest that's making that formula, man, so that she can see what she normally does? And then it's a privilege and an honor to be able to do that and get the opportunity to do that. I mean, like, yes, this past Saturday when we had the 4 boys here, I loved it. I was like, this is a great opportunity for me to get to hang out with these boys and get to really connect with them, play with them, have fun. And I took them to the store with me. Like, we just had a blast. Relief for the wives, relief for the women that were taking care of them all week. My wife, their mama Brandy. So again, what can we do? To me, that was restful. I don't normally do that, that's for sure. So it's really awesome. Cheers. Drink it if you got it. All right, what's some of these comments? My name is Mike. Hey, Mike. I'm a little confused as to the content. Well, it's Amish Matchmakers Week. If you're still here, guess what? I'll say it again. We help Amish singles find godly spouses, create epic marriages, and develop legacies that are founded in freedom, faith, and above all else, love. So that's what we do, and that's what we talk about here. Like roles. This week, it's about roles and responsibilities of a husband, a wife, roles and responsibilities of the man and woman. And by the way, the key thing here is like, who made those rules? Sorry. Who made up those roles and responsibilities? That I believe it's better understood as shared, the yoke. So you can go back and watch some of the recordings. I've been here every morning at 5 a.m. talking about this stuff this week. Hey, bud, it's just me. My name is Mike. Hi, Mike. There you go. All right. I wasn't raised Amish, but independently fundamental Baptist. In the world today, this is hard. So I watch with hope that one day someone will understand who follows Christ as a leader. Okay. All right. Understand what you're respectfully you're looking for a man. I mean, you don't have to be Amish for us to work with you to help you find a godly husband. Christ is king. There we go. There's some good comments. Okay. Louisiana, Jesus Apostolic Church, Louisiana, and the Lord God, and the Lord God who came, was, and is into people of Israel, and to the King who came from his Father were in heaven when the King. Oh, okay, that's cool. All right, not sure what that language is. Somebody from another country, and not sure what it's saying. But okay. All right, so we're back now. I look at the comments and post some. Um, Glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Those of you, thanks for liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. All right, so giving your best after rest. That's what happens. You do. So even if you're not married yet and you're just dating or you're engaged, I do believe, or maybe you're single and you have nobody that you've pursued, men. Again, this is for men, but also women. When my wife and I, because we work together, by the way, if you're getting mentored on relationship from a single person, I would actually tell you that, and you're a believer, I would say, look, the Bible says you shall know them by their fruit. So I would hope that you would, the fruit would be, and the proof is that they're actually married. That would be a good thing. And their spouse is a part of working with you is really good. Like my wife and I do this together. We work with couples or singles together to help them match up and get married and find that the one. And we have a powerful formula and it works. We utilize it with all of our clients. We've helped almost, I think we were doing the numbers about 30, 60 people, 30 couples in the last 5 years to get married. Mentored them, coached them, supported them through the process, and help them match up and have successful courting process, successful engagement, successful dating, and then marriage. You know, somewhere in there. Some of the order, some of the way they did things in the order of it is in different order. But my point is, if you're single and you're not even dating, for women, we say make yourself pursuable. Are you making yourself available? Now, what I mean by that is, are you out there getting to meet people, knowing people, out in public, connecting? Like, how can you be pursued if you're staying at home 24/7 and you're just trolling on social media? That is not being in public. I'm talking about in person, physically getting to meet people at different social events. It's powerful when you do, and it's necessary if you want to get married. Like I do know some people, I don't recommend it, but I do know some people who actually got to know each other through digital platforms. I don't recommend that because to me that's not it is a second life, or it's a different world. It's a digital world, and it is what it is. I'm not saying that it's bad or negative. I just would recommend you getting to know each other in person, even in that digital world. People that I know, they met, or maybe through digital world, or through online, like um digital world, and then they met in person and then built a relationship. And I do highly recommend that. Again, I'm not saying it's impossible. I've seen it. It's possible. And again, what does a relationship look like? What does it look like to be pursued? What does it look like to be the pursuer? So now, giving your best after your day of rest, I would highly recommend to you. I don't know what this stuff is saying, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Thank you. Come back with English someday. All right. I would highly recommend that you give your best, or designate Saturday night after rest. Give your best to those that you are um, looking to pursue, or create a space and time for you to date or pursue a woman, to date her. Again, this is the men's edition, so I'm speaking to the men. You are designed, I believe, and you're called by God to pursue her, to let her know that she is loved, desired, and to honor her by pursuing her, asking her out on a date, calling, having conversations with her, communicating, encouraging her, doing the Epic 30 and doing GWs. You are responsible to be like that, leading in that. Can women lead in that? Absolutely. But I believe with all my heart that God designed you to pursue her and bless her in that way. And again, it is a powerful process to see when you have rested and then you go give your best after your rest. You're in a better place mentally, better place physically, emotionally, where you can connect at a deeper level. You can have good conversations. Throughout the week, even with Chantel and I, we have good conversations. Believe me, we've come a long ways, and we practice what we preach. We practice what we teach. We do the things that we talk about. We have our morning routines, and then we have our evening time before we go to bed, where we connect and communicate and have a good conversation about the day and things we've accomplished. But again, do you see how, but the real emotional connection comes on our date nights, where it's just she and I together, no distractions. We've actually, we will go out to a restaurant somewhere different, a new adventure, a new atmosphere, environment. It kind of changes our state, our physical state. So then we receive things differently. We talk differently, in the sense of different ways of communication. We always often will talk about, we will dream more, and talk about things we want to do in life, and things that we are blessed by with each other. And it's a genuine, awesome connection. And I plan it. That's what I want to say to you, man. Plan it. Plan the date. Take a little time to think about, okay, what do we want to do? What do I want to take her to? What kind of adventure can we go on? How creative can I get with the date this Saturday? Can even sometimes you do a little bit earlier. Like for us, it's usually 5 or 6 o'clock for our date night. But can you even do maybe something that requires a daytime thing, 2 or 3, and change it up on Saturday? It's okay if you do that. Look, it's awesome to be able to connect with your bride and do something special. And so, how can you be creative? Is it a certain restaurant? Chantel and I are foodies. We love food, so we love going to different restaurants. We have our, Thai food that is our favorite. We have our, um, uh, we love sushi is our favorite. Like those two are really, really, and we've really enjoyed Indian curry. We're foodies. We enjoy new things. We enjoy adventure. So that for us is really cool, to try new restaurants and um, and just celebrate life together. Really connect, have great conversation, great eye contact, um, and there are times where we just stay home. Once in a while, we do a date night at home. Don't get me wrong, especially because, again, if we've had a lot of people hanging out and being around, and being at our home, or a lot of company in the home, then it's nice to be in our home and chill And so, but for the most part, we go out and I plan it. And believe me, there's a lot of times where it's like, oh, we just want to chill at home, but we purposefully get out and go on our date. And so, do you plan it? Do you have a date night, man? Have you literally set aside a date night? Maybe you're not even dating anyone. Maybe you're not even engaged. Maybe you're not even married. You're single as a Pringle. What are you doing, Mr. Pringle, to be purposeful? And so I want to now circle back around and tell you why this is so important. Because we have a training that we teach. It's called His Creation Code for Success. Now, if you want to be successful, I'm telling you, Father's code in Genesis is very appropriate, even for finding the one, for dating, and for getting engaged in 12 weeks or less. We're going to talk about it tonight, but there is a powerful strategy. But the number one first thing that you got to do is make time. That's what God did in creation. The first three words in the beginning of creation, Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, those three words are when theologians, rabbis, pastors alike, those much smarter that have done the research and studying. Again, I discovered this and then I did the research and I confirmed it with many pastors, many different leaders, even rabbis. And again, the rabbis and the Jewish rabbis, they are powerful men that know, again, Genesis really well. And so through studying the Torah and the original writings, the language of the Hebrew, they're brilliant at this. And so learning and asking them and confirming with them, yes, those three words in the beginning is when time was created. That's what they all agree on. And what do? I take that as an example and I say, if that's the first thing that God did, it might be smart for me if I want to create something, if I want to successfully create something, I want to follow his code and his example of prioritizing time. Then, what am I making time for? Well, if you're going to create it, you might want to make time for it. So if you want to be married, now listen, we've dealt with mindset. I know Triggers to Triumph will help you get through your junk, your mindset, your fears, your doubts. It's all connected to your formative years of your childhood, what you saw your parents or your grandparents or somebody around you as a bad example, and then that's all you can see now. And the story that keeps repeating is, I don't believe in marriage. I don't believe in it because I've never seen a successful marriage. All I see is divorce and hurt and pain and abuse and it goes on and on and on, right? And that's what you see when you look at marriage. Well, the truth is, it can be epic. It can be successful. Just like anything, though, you got to make time for it. And if you're willing to make time for it when you're single, guess what? I can almost guarantee you're going to take that into your marriage and have a successful marriage. So, what night is your date night, even though you're single? You're like, well, I don't have a date. What night and time frame do you set aside? Do you make for a date? Do you make for a relationship? You get to decide. That's step one. If you can't even tell me or give me the day or time that you're going to make, God is showing you that now as an example in Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, those three words, when Father made time, Abba, he made time, the Creator, the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. That's who he is. And he made time, as an example does. What are you making time for? Seriously. Step one, can you even follow directions and say, yes, I make time. Here's what I'm going to make my time. This is what I'm going to do. I'm allocating that time. By the way, those who had the quickest results are those who made more time for it. Right? Your time is associated with your success. Just going to say. And it's real. You want a successful marriage? You want to, go ahead and plan that wedding and go past just the engagement, or maybe you're going steady with her for 2 years and it's time to move and progress. Make time for it then. Designate time for her. Designate time for progression. Designate time to plan and that's your date night. You want a successful relationship with her? Make time. You want a relationship? Maybe you have nothing right now. Make time. Make time. Make time. Okay, that's step one in creating something successful. You want to create a successful marriage and relationship? Make time. Okay, have I said enough? Cheers. All right. Now, what's step two then? Well, tonight we're going to share all the steps for um, success and getting engaged, and it's in our the school group that we recommend, highly recommend. Jesse and Adina Kaufman school group, single to married. That's the target. You're going from single to married. It's a community where you can practice and work on the skills: confidence, communication, commitment, the 3 C's of intimacy. Jesse and Adina have done a great job of creating an atmosphere of growth there, development. They have some great content there that will walk you through these strategies, walk you through these skills step by step by step by step, and help you to get results. You want results? You want to get engaged? That's a great community to be a part of. There's And by the way, like always, like most of the time, the women do outnumber the men. But the men that are there, they're legit. They're finding love. They're keeping love and they're getting engaged and getting married. It's awesome. Why? Because we tell the women, strongly recommend that the men would be teachable and coachable. If they're in that community, it might be a first step, possibly, that they are teachable and coachable. And the women usually are teachable and coachable. That's what's interesting. And I believe that's by design. I believe that's by even the chromosomes are down in our DNA that God, because he created woman from the man, right? We were once physically connected, I believe, and now separated and choose. Now we get to choose to be physically connected. It's super powerful. It's a super powerful process. But I believe too that it's almost like an inherent nature, because woman came from man, that she is willing and more willing than man. I don't know. There's something about testosterone that makes men, the thing that makes them tough and strong and powerful is also the very thing that keeps them stuck, that makes them stubborn and makes them not teachable and coachable, makes them a know-it-all. And I have the badge for that. I used to believe that. Now what I believe is the more I know, the less I know. Excuse me. The more I learn, the less I know. That's the truth. The more I learn, the less I know. I'm like, goodness, I have no clue. I don't hardly know anything. I don't. And I work hard to learn and grow and gain wisdom daily, daily, daily. Plugging into content, plugging into trainings, plugging into communication trainings and strategies, plugging into speakers and trainer strategies, plugging into relationship, connection, and communication strategies, plugging into business and strategic systems and processes for business. Seriously. And yet, the more I learn, the less I know. I realize I don't know anything. There's a lot out there. So, step two in relationship is, do you know your mission? What's your mission? What's your purpose? And a lot of people go, oh no, I've been working on this my whole life. And we call this the MVP process. So tonight on that community call, we're going to go through it. We're going to spend 2 hours, Chantel and I, sharing about the strategy and the process and the system that we have given to Jesse and Adina Kaufman that they utilize in that community. And they've created and developed a lot of great content from our core systems that are strategically, specifically for singles, to help them go from single as a Pringle to um, engaged. And what we do is help as well, still matching people up, still working with them, and that's where then the more specific, strategic one-on-one stuff happens, right? The mentorship, the support, helping them to believe and giving them things to do that is more purposeful and designed around them and their personality, or helping them through their trauma and triggers and things that they've experienced in life that's holding them back, and help them create a new story. And that does take a lot of work on our part to do it, but it does speed the process up. That's why, again, the people we work with get some crazy results, like engaged in less than 12 weeks. Like, that is pretty fast, I admit. However, it's because it's very purposeful and designed for them, customized per the person that we work with, Chantel and I. When we mentor them and support them as they're in the community, single to married, that's our requirement. If you're single, you gotta be in that community. So if you want to potentially work with us, or think that you may want to see if you qualify to work with us, you got to be in that community first. So if you're single, go check it out, be a part of that. And if you're engaged or married, committed, come over to Epic Your Life. We want to help you create good strategies and skills. So your mission, your purpose. What is your purpose? Do you know the purpose of your personal life and what you want it to be? Because a lot of people say, well, whatever God wants. Okay, I commend you in that. Great, awesome. God's asking you that question. He is. What do you want? He wants to give you the desires of your heart. He wants to know your heart, and your heart gets revealed by your actions and things you're doing to move forward in your life. So, are you moving forward? Are you taking action on something? Like that, therein lies the where the results will come from, and where you will have better results is if you're taking action. That's where you're going to overcome fears, is if you're taking action. So, what do you want in your life? What is it that you want to be your, if you would, your future? What is it you want your, um, there we go, men's edition. What is it that you want your mission to be? Like, a lot of people don't even think about that. It's like, well, whatever God wants. Well, He's asking you, what do you want? He's given you the opportunity to make decisions. He's given you the free will to make a decision and not be controlled. But He wants you to live by design, and He wants you to create it with Him. He will co-create with you. It's super powerful. He wants to yoke with you. He's a good father, a good papa. I love Him so much. And I hope you learn to know Him as Father and learn to love Him as Father. So make time, step one. Number two, what purpose do you want your life to have? What? It's very specific. Write it down. What purpose do you want your life to have? What mission do you want your life to have? And I say want on purpose. Whatever God wants, that's a cop out. Time to decide so God can yoke with you and work with you. If He controls you and tells you what it should be, well, I just want to save lives and help people and love people. Okay, how do you want to do that? You could do that by being a great leader. You could do that by being having a great business. You could do that by being a great parent. You could do that by being a great teacher at a school. You could do that by being a governor. You could do that by being the president of the United States. Like, you really could. So what are you doing to live a life that is lived and representation of Papa God, of Father, and His kingdom here on earth? Are you living? Are you bringing it down? Are you bringing it to pass now? Are you a great representation for His kingdom? Or are you just lazy and complacent and waiting for Him to do something, waiting for Him to show up? Oh my goodness, He already showed up. Come on. He's waiting for you to take action and move forward so He can yoke with you. Yoking is all about moving forward, making a decision, going in the same direction, moving towards your mission. So I'm here to tell you, like, we're talking about, I know this week is all about roles and responsibility, but it is your role and responsibility as a man to plan the date. But if you want to have a successful relationship and marriage, tonight we're going to go through that in more depth. And they have a free membership, by the way. You'll get 7 days free, so you can join Single to Married on school.com, SKOOL.com, Single to Married. You can jump on there and join the session tonight, the webinar that we're doing. You're going to be sharing about the steps. And I'm telling you a little bit ahead of time what it's about. We're going to be talking about hey, making time. We're going to be talking about what's your purpose? What's your mission? What do you want? MVP is another strategy that we have: mission, vision, peculiar, and being able to know and see what you look like in the future connected to a beautiful spouse and having amazing children. That's part of the process. That'll get you to take some action at seeing the reward of that connection. But again, I know you're blocked or you wouldn't be single. I know you're blocked and you see that being married is a curse, good old ball and chain. That's not what's true, though. And that's not how God designed it. I'm sorry that that's what you believe or that's what you see or the story you're telling yourself. But we want to help you create a new story. We really do. And, you can join me every morning at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch the replays here on Facebook or here on YouTube and check it out. But if you really want to hunker down and get results, join us tonight with Jesse and Adina. They got an amazing community, amazing group. We're going to tell all. We're going to go through step by step. We're going to give you the secrets. We're going to give you the strategies. We're going to give you the blessing of understanding and knowledge. Then you get to do what you want with that. We're not going to hold anything back. We're going to have worksheets and questions and things for you to work through to help you have your best life. Design it, your epic life. It's time for you to epic your life. It really is. And step one, time. You're going to make time for it. Step two, what's your purpose? What's your mission? And then what's your vision? What does it look like? With a vision, people flourish. Without it, they perish. Without a vision, you will perish. If you don't know where you want to go, someone else is going to direct you. Someone else is going to design your life for you. Someone else is going to create that vision for you. It's time for you to design. Well, that's the end of my coffee. I've got to get ready to head out to the men's Bible study this morning. And in a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I think, I can't even remember. I got to look at the date. I will be going live on here as well and teaching about his creation code. We're going to go deep dive into it. Super grateful for that opportunity because I'll be sharing it with the men from our Bible study. And so I'm going to go ahead and do it as well for others to see. I'm going to record it and deliver it to the world, hopefully, as well. We've done it many times. We'll do it again. So God bless you. Thanks for being here. I hope this is useful and helpful. I hope that you can see that there are specific strategies and design that God will bless you with. And you're welcome, Jesse. Looking forward to that tonight. It's awesome that you have invited us to do that and be a part of that. We're honored and privileged to be able to share in your community and share in this movement that you are leading for singles. You are restoring hope in marriage, my friend. You're restoring epic to relationships. You're restoring epic and helping people to have an epic life and what that would mean to be married, what that would mean to be engaged in a relationship. I often think about it, brother Jesse, that when we help people, help these men to get married, that I envision them laying in bed on Saturday morning. I don't know why Saturday morning always comes up, or Sunday morning, the weekend, and just holding their wives and hugging and holding them in bed. And just that vision and picture of them being loved and loving well, and how the world is a better place when that connection takes place and that love and affection takes place. Super powerful and super good. And I'm blessed that you are that man as well, that you are teaching others to do that, and teaching them roles and responsibilities of a wife and a husband, and what it looks like to connect and date. Super powerful to see the results you've had, my friend. God bless you guys. Have a great day. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Jesse. Love you guys.